Hi and welcome back to Nevermore Model Making. We're doing Tamiya's Kawasaki Ninja ZXR. In part 3 we're doing the rear swing arm, rear tyre, suspension, chain and everything on here. So as you can see I put the swing arm together. Done a bit of tidying up on it. There's a few bits of seam and things, a little bit of filling around the joint to the front, so nice and smooth. And what we're doing in a sec is building up the rear suspension with the damper and spring and things. Other bits we've got the rear brake disc, which I've drilled out a few holes. I thought about going around the brake disc, but there's, as you can see, there's a lot, and I think enough detail is just drilling out these parts. And so I've got the chain and guards and things, so we'll be doing those in a bit or two. So I'll get sorted out and we'll do the rear suspension. Okay, so for the rear damper, it's got two parts. There's a screw that gets put in and two little pulley caps, and then we'll move on to make the rest of it. That's what we're going to do now, is build these two parts together. Won't be putting this on yet because this gets painted a different colour. So we'll do a bit more construction later. Okay, so we'll get on with doing that. So I've got two pulley caps. These just come on a strip in each kit, and you end up with loads left over. So in this part we have the screw, goes in there, and then we've got the two pulley caps. Go on this side. It's not going smoothly because I'm filming. There we go. And then this half goes over the top. So this part screws to the rear of the bike, and so there's a pin that goes in here. What we'll do, we'll get a bit of glue on that. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll let that dry, and then we'll do a tidy up for some seams and things. Don't know if I got that bit out, don't actually need it yet. So anyway, there's a spike and caps and things go on these parts. Okay, so as I say, we'll let that dry. I'll tidy up some of the edges, and then we'll do some priming. Okay, that's got the priming done. So I've got all the metal parts done in UMP's gloss black, and just another piece like the rear wheel, swing arm. They're all semi-gloss black, so I've done those in just ordinary grey, and the spring I've done in white, so I'll get sprayed the yellow X8, lemon yellow. Okay, and then we'll get rid of this seam on the rear wheel with Excuse me, an industrial sander of that. Nice rough sander. So we'll come back when we're doing that. So that's where we're up to. So I'll get sorted out with some painting. So what I'm going to do first, probably do the semi-gloss first, and then because most parts are covered in that, and then pick out the relative metallic colours. Take it from there. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, so we've moved on a bit and got some decals and painting done. This is a rear mud guard. So I've put a bit of carbon fibre on that, which is, if you can see it, no, I've put it away. Basically it's Tamiya's own carbon fibre, and it gets decals on here. This one basically folded over, I wouldn't straighten up, it's a bit of a pain, but anyway. So what I'm going to do in a bit is give these a coat of gloss paint. So there's the rear spring arm. These are basically semi-gloss black decals, and picked out some bits and pieces in aluminium 3D, and also done the wheel there with the decals around the rim. There's 3 of those, one with the label on and just two plain green ones. So again, give those a bit of a coat of gloss varnish, and the other bits and pieces are in here, the spring and everything. So gloss varnish on there, and then we can start the reconstruction. And well, I've got this seam as well, so not too far before we can start sticking some things together. Okay, I'll see you in the next bit. Okay, actually the carbon fibre is Scale Motorsports plain weave, 124 scale. Oh, that's a different scale from the pipe. Just thought the size of the weave looked nice. So that's from that. So we'll get some gloss varnishing done, and sort the tyre out. See you in a bit. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll look at doing the tyre. So I've done a bit to get rid of the seam. So basically what I do is use the UMP's white sander with a very rough side, and just basically file away. Okay, and a couple of sides once I show. It's like a used tyre. There's a pile of rubber shavings on the left. Might just keep trying to sell. That's all go. Keep working around. I think that's everything. Just make sure there's no little bits missing. There we go, that's one de-seamed tyre. Okay, we've got everything ready to build up. So the clear varnish has had a good try. So what we do, we start off with the rear wheel, which I've just put the tyre on, which I cleaned out just before. And this goes, and then the rear disc brake, which goes in, there's a long and a short side of the hub, so it goes in the short side. Just clicks in there. So we're going to make up the main part of the swing arm. With a chain with a gap in it that just loops through there. end up, and then solder that together with a long silver screw. Okay, and then fit the mudguard on. There's a couple of little points here which fit into these holes underneath. So a little bit of CA glue. Line the holes up. Okay, so put that over there and let it dry, and what we'll do is make up the suspension and brakes in a sec. So we'll just get ready for those. Okay, so we start off with putting the black collar on there. So next we'll fit this pin on here. So we've got this little cap. Where'd that go? There it is. It's upside down. Little cap. Pin goes through. It sits in there, and then so we'll put a bit more CA glue on. Like so. That's all the way down. Okay, so we'll let that harden. So we've made the brake up. And then on the front we fit hose connector. Make sure they're the right way around, because you won't, don't think you can see it, but it's like a little half circle which fits into the little half circle hole on there. And that's what CA. Okay, so we'll move it in, chips that in a bit. So again, let that dry. And there's a little decal on there, so that fits over that part. So again, get a bit of CA glue on it. Make sure I get the orientation. So this decal will point outwards to go around. So I like that. Okay, so again we'll let all those dry a bit, and then we shall finish off the construction of the rear swing arm. Okay, we'll start with the construction. Basically, slide the rear brake system just over the rear axle. There you go, like so. Okay, so next what we'll do is fit the brake cable. So basically this is just the tube that comes with the model. And what I've done is put a thin wire in the middle of it, so it is easy to point in the right direction. There you go, it's along there. Okay, next we'll make up the shock absorber part. So I've got the, if you can pick it up, spring, and then the spike. So that's in there. That's held in by the two little grommets we put in here at the beginning. Yeah, looks like they go to right angles for each other. Okay, so through there, and it fits into a little bracket onto here, which is then held in with this little black screw. Oops. Lastly, these two little arms. Which are here, which go. There's a thick end and a thin end. Thin end attaches to the swing arm at the back. Okay, so I got them attached. So that is the rear swing arm. So what's left is to actually attach it to the bike, which we'll do in a bit. So that went together really well, apart from just the one little decal that decided to fold over. It's coming along nicely. So we'll call that the end of part 3. And we'll be back soon with part 4, where I think we'll do the front forks and handlebars, that sort of thing. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next part.